Here's a marketing question. What's the most effective marketing tool for funeral homes? So when I got this question, I wanted to take this literally the way it was written, so as tools instead of just sources or what types of advertising. So if I look at tools, I think there's two great tools that you should use all the time. The first one is the Google keyword tool. So this is part of Google AdWords, but whether you use Google AdWords or not, it's really good to use this tool to find out how many people are searching for funeral homes, funeral costs, funeral prices. This is where I've gotten a lot of my information for just to see what people are doing online. This gives you the snapshot of what people are looking for. And it also shows you what maybe there's words that you're not using. So one of my examples is, and now I have two really good examples. One is within our industry, we always think of prices, so price shoppers, price lists, and things like that. And if we wanted to rank for funeral prices in our town, we could do that. I found that that was quite a competitive term, but when I looked on Google keyword tool, twice as many people were searching for funeral costs instead of funeral prices, and it makes sense. They're not going to think, well, what's the price of a funeral? They're going to think, well, how much is this funeral going to cost? Or how much is this cremation going to cost? Instead of what's the price of a cremation. I'm not looking for what's the price of a new roof. I'm going to wonder how much is this new roof going to cost me? So with that, I also noticed that there was half the results for costs versus prices. All the funeral homes were saying prices, prices, prices. So it was actually a fourfold swing. If you focused on costs, whether people are searching from an ads perspective or even for SEO, for writing an article for your website, I would talk about funeral costs, and then maybe have your price list linked to that. But make sure knowing, because there's still people searching for prices, but the majority of people are searching for costs. The other one that recently I've discovered and I've shared is that when people are searching for funeral home singular, they're usually searching for a name of a funeral home. If they're kind of seeking, if they're kind of in the market, and these are terms, I call these buying terms. If they're using the term funeral homes, usually that's associated with a geographical term. So they might be searching for Heppell funeral home, and so that would be one click on the, one stat for singular. But if they're searching in Victoria, they'd be looking for Victoria Funeral Homes or Funeral Homes Victoria, plural, because are you going to look for Chinese Restaurant Victoria or Chinese Restaurants Victoria, that type of thing. So when you're kind of looking, if you're looking for a specific, the Golden Palace Chinese Restaurant, it's singular. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. And I've learned this, first to say when I've made a mistake, I've learned this when, because sometimes I've thought other ways about it. And Google, the information that they give you, as long as you're interpreting it properly, it's not going to lie. So now then, so that's kind of frontward facing. What's going on, what are people searching for, and you can find that out in the Google keyword tool. And then to track everything, you must have Google Analytics. It's free. It used to be a $6,000 program, and Google just gives it away for free. And it's going to give you some great insight into how your website's working, what people look for, and how long do they stay on the site, and are they leaving the site on a certain page, and tell you if there's any errors. And there's other tools that you should probably have as well. A Google Webmaster Tools account will tell you some additional information, but so I should have added that as well. So this should have three: the Google Keyword Tool, Google Analytics, and Webmaster Tools, all by Google. These are all free to use.